This is a solar panel for charging up your security cameras, and it's rated as a 5-watt panel. So I was sent this to review for free. If you wanted to purchase it, it would cost you just a little under $20. Alright, I tried this thing, pointing it different ways at the sun. I was never able to get it to deliver more than about 2 watts of charging power. Now 2 watts is probably plenty to keep like a little camera that only turns on when it detects motion charged up. But I'm wondering, is it going to be enough to charge, even like a little lantern? Alright, so overnight I left this lantern turned on, ran the battery all the way down. The sun's up, but we're not in the sun yet. It's going to take several hours before we get in the sun. This area should be in the sun most of the day, though, say 10 a.m. to 3 or 4 p.m. So right now, just in ambient light in the shade, we're doing 4 volts and 0.02 amps, like 0.09 watts. So, almost not charging this thing at all, but it's enough power to run the meter. So I'm going to leave this guy out in the sun all day. We're going to use the meter to see how much power it puts into this thing. Alright, I have this guy up in the sun. The lantern is kind of in the shade back there, and it was delivering 2.02 watts to that lantern. So the voltage had gone down a little bit, and that was limiting the amp draw to about 0.4 amps. But it is charging the lantern, so I'm going to just leave it out here in the sun. This is the solar production graph for today, so we had some clouds drifting in and out, but generally a sunny day. Alright, it's 4 p.m. and this area is getting into shade now. If I move this solar panel somewhere else where it's sunny, I could eke out another hour or so of good sunlight, but it's been out here during the main production time of the day. And the total power put in here is 7 watt hours right now. Alright, I've plugged this guy into a AC outlet, and it got 7 watt hours over the course of the solar charging. I'm going to reset this. We're going to charge it all the way up. I'm going to see how many more watt hours it would take to get this guy fully charged. Alright, so when this guy's in the sun, it'll give you 2 watts. So it may claim to be a 5-watt panel, maybe it's a 5-watt rated panel, but in reality what you're getting out of it is basically 2 watts of charging when it's in the sun. Now, in a real-world test where this guy was just, kind of sitting on a lawn chair, kind of sort of facing the direction of the sun, but not tracking the sun, with some clouds going by here and there, it gave us 7 watt hours over the course of about 6 hours in the sunlight. So I would say you can count on, about 1 watt per hour in the sun, kind of averaging things out with some clouds going by and so forth. And if you have a really cloudy, dark, dreary day, it'll do a little bit, but hardly any at all. Alright, so this guy got fully charged off the AC power and only took 4 watt hours to do that. So the solar panel had charged it up 7 watt hours. This did an additional 4. So that's basically 11 watt hours to fully charge it. So you may or may not be able to get this little lantern fully charged in 1 day of sun, but you can get more than halfway charged in a day of sun. And this lantern provides a decent amount of light when it's fully charged. It goes for multiple hours. Alright, so this solar panel may not be able to fully charge that lantern, but it does more than halfway up of charging. And in my experience using this lantern, unless you're hitting it really heavy, you're not going to use all of its light in one night, unless you're staying up really late. So if you just need to top this guy 50% back up every day, a combination of that little lantern and this solar panel should get you through pretty much continuous lack of power for a lighting situation.